close years ago, but I hope you're having a great Féile, and as strange as it is this year, online there's so much going on and loads to keep us entertained. So thanks to everybody at the Féile for asking me to do a wee bit of cooking. And today we are going to make the chocolate cake that we used to make in the cafe. It's flourless, so it is great for anybody that's gluten free. It's so easy and it tastes delicious. And if any of watch Bake Off, it's the cake that in the intro where you see the chocolate cake with all the raspberries on the top and she's just about to put the last raspberry on it. That's what we're making today, and it's so easy. So what I've done is a wee bit of prep, just so you're not watching me using beaters and whatever. I'll post the ingredients up separately, but it's as I say, it's really easy. And the first thing we're going to do is show you how to line a spring form cake tin that we have, or that I have. If you don't have one of these, which is like with a wee catch on the side, if you've got two ordinary like sandwich tins, you can use those. It's not a problem, but you need to line it. Either way, you need to line them. So we've got a piece of greaseproof paper. We fold it in half. We fold it again, and you just keep folding it basically until it becomes a triangle. So, and as usual, if any's watched any of the videos that I've done before, there's going to be dogs barking and cats about and tractors flying up and down the lane and all kinds of noises. So just forgive me, I'm in my house. So here we go. Circle. Just put that on. My oven is on and I have heated it to. This cake will take about I would say 35 to 40 minutes to bake in one tin, and about 25 to 30 if you're baking it in two separate tins. So my oven is on at 1, because I'm baking it in one tin, I'm going to put it on at 160. If you are baking it in two tins, it can be baked quicker, so it can be on about 180. If you've got an electric, that's about 4.5 for my cake on a gas, and about 5 on a gas if you're baking it in two tins. So the ingredients are 200 grams of the best quality high cocoa dark chocolate that you can get. So I think I got this in Lidl. It's like 84% dark chocolate. Brilliant. You need 200 grams of it. They usually come in either 100-gram bars or 125-gram bars, so you can weigh that out. And there's 200 grams of butter. Cannot use margarine. I know I've said this a million times, but never margarine. So there is 200 grams of dark quality or good quality dark chocolate and 200 grams of butter that are melted and here together. Just have that done for you. And also what is in here, you see it, is 6 egg yolks and 250 grams of caster sugar beaten together, just so that you don't hear me beating for 7 minutes. So that is 6 egg yolks separated. You're going to need your egg whites. I've got them here. So that's 6 egg whites in that bowl, 6 egg yolks, and 250 grams of caster sugar beaten together for 7 minutes, 5-7 minutes, until it's nice and thick, creamy. So I wanted to leave beating the egg yolks just to show you the point at which you should stop beating, because if you overbeat, there is a chance that they'll separate in the cake. If they're underbeat, it'll not set. So it is really easy. So basically that is our ingredients for the cake: is the butter and chocolate in one bowl, the sugar and the egg yolks in the other, and we're going to whisk the egg whites, and all we need then is 70 grams of dark cocoa powder. So this is what you're using to bind it instead of the flour. So I'm going to get on and beat the egg yolks for you, show you how stuff soft they should be. Put it together in the oven, and then we'll do a blue Peter moment where I have one already prepared in the fridge. And I'll show you how to make the frosting or the ganache for the top, and we'll decorate it with raspberries. It's a brilliant birthday cake, you know, maybe but rich for kids, but if you want to bake a birthday cake for one of your besties, it's definitely up there, and you could do it in 2 hours. So let's get on with it. Just going to beat these egg yolks or egg whites, and I'll see you in 2 seconds. So I don't want to torture you when I'm whisking, but it really only takes 2 minutes to whisk your egg whites up. And the other important thing to remember is I have beaten my egg yolks and sugar first. But if you do that and then beat your egg whites and you wash your whisks, you have to make sure that they are really, really dry before you mix your egg whites, because any water at all, your egg whites will set. You know what, it's been 5 months since I done the last one of these, and I'm feeling really nervous. So, you'll have to excuse me if my voice is a bit wobbly. I'm really nervous. These are nearly done. I'll show you now how soft they should be. So, guys, at the cash out of asking to do 2 shows. This is the first one with the chocolate cake. That is the egg yolks done. The first one is this chocolate cake that we're doing, and the second one is going to be like a summer Victoria sponge that we used to do in the cafe as well. So we'll talk through that when we're finished. But there we go. There's our egg yolks. Look, they're not moving. I'm actually going to attempt this. Oh. So they are just soft peaks. You don't want to whisk these too early either, because they'll start separating at the bottom and you'll start to see egg white at the bottom, and you really don't want that for your cake. It's going to alter the texture of it. So as simple as this is, we have our 200 grams of dark chocolate and 200 grams of butter melted. Done that in a pan. Yeah, you can see this here, but this is for our ganache topping that we're going to do to decorate it. So we are going to add first of all, we're going to add our eggs and sugar, 6 egg yolks and 250 grams of caster sugar beaten for 7 minutes. I hope you can sort of see this in my dodgy camera angles. Now, this is completely optional, but I add some coffee to this mixture. Just I like the taste and I like the sharpness. I just made a cafetiere coffee this morning for my breakfast, and I had some leftovers, so it's been cold. And I am just going to add that on now. You don't have to if you don't like coffee. You don't have to if you like orange essence. You can add some of that on. If you like mint essence, put some of that on. You can add anything to flavour it. You can add a wee bit of alcohol to it if you wanted to make it like a rum cake or whiskey cake, you can add some. I just like the sharpness of the coffee. So this is just coffee that I made earlier from the cafetiere, and I am just going to add 4 dessert spoonfuls to that. The next thing we're going to add it, so that is our mixture. I'll just show you now. That is our chocolate, butter, sugar, eggs, and I've added coffee. So you can see it's kind of, but it has quite a watery mixture anyway. So which is why I need to line the spring tan cake tin, because there's a risk of leakage. So maybe not so much if you're using 2 solid cake tins, but it's just easier getting them out. And also another wee tip I'll show you for why I use greaseproof when we're decorating. Now that is the 70 grams of cocoa powder, just getting that in. Stir that in, make sure there's no lumps. And you can be quite robust when you're at this stage. You just have to be a wee bit more careful when you're folding on your egg whites. So as I say, this is a great recipe for anybody that's gluten free as well. And we used this for years in the cafe. We used to make one every single day, and every single day it was gone by the end of the day. Cooking just really brings it together, and it's that binding agent that you've got when not using flour. So I can see if that looks any different. It's a wee bit darker, it's a wee bit more sturdy. Now we are going to add in our egg whites. So just all of them in. But you want to be a wee bit gentle when you're doing this. You want to keep that air on it. So it's the beating of the egg yolks and the sugar that's going to give you air, but really the air is going to come from your egg whites. I don't know if any of you have made chocolate mousse, but it's very, very similar texture. You just need to make sure that you beat or fold, sorry, all the lumps of egg whites through, because if you bake it with wee bits of egg white showing, they'll show up as air pockets in your cake. So we're nearly here. It is basically a chocolate batter. Great. 806 music's playing the Clash in the background. Right, that is it. It's folded through. It feels really gloopy and thick. And there's no bits of egg whites on there, and the chocolate's all mixed through. So we're going to put this in our top. It's going to rise a good bit as well, but I'll show you, because it's flourless and it's a lot more moist because there is no flour on it. Don't worry when you do bake it and take it out if it sinks in the middle. It's 100% normal, and it's part of what this recipe is in this cake. Lots of people would fill that dip in the middle with fruit or cream, but I'm going to show you what we did in the cafe, and it always looked great and it always tasted amazing. So there's chocolate all over the place. There we go. It's in our cake tin. I think this is 20-inch cake tin. honestly, if you've got two single like Victoria sponge tons, it's perfect. Just split it between it. As I say, if you are making it in one ton, it's going to take a lower temperature and a longer time to cook. Two tons, higher temperature, shorter time. So mine's is on 160, and that's going to take about 35, 40 minutes maybe. But the way to test it is you'll see it rising, and you'll see it going lighter on the top, and around that time, if you just pull it out, stick a knife or a wee skewer in it, and it comes out clean, it's cooked. So let me clean this oven down a wee bit, this hob down a wee bit, and then we are going to do the blue Peter bit and show you the one that we prepared earlier and how we're going to finish it off. So in this bowl, which is melted lovely, just take it off the heat. We have another 150 grams of a dark chocolate. Again, this is chocolate heaven, this cake. So that's 150 grams of really good quality dark chocolate again, and 100 grams of butter. Ganache is like basically that nice glossy chocolate that you see on top of chocolate cakes, and really it's got equal amounts of butter and chocolate, but because I'm going to add a wee bit of double cream to mine, just to help it. Does that stop? Sorry, I thought I stopped video on there. Just to stop it setting too hard, I'm going to add a wee bit of double cream. You don't have to measure it. It's like the difference of 25 grams between the butter and adding the cream. That's the only difference. So I'm just going to add that on, stir it round. So 125 of chocolate, 100 of butter, 25 of cream. Now, I'm just going to sit this in the fridge for 2 minutes. And this is the one I made. Here. So this is the same cake was in the oven now that is going to take 35, 40 minutes to cook. Now, I see if you can see this, but do you see where I have put the greaseproof paper? It's kind of made all these ridges. You can see that? And that means when you put your ganache frosting topping on, it's going to sink into all them holes and make it even tastier, thicker. So we're just going to get a plate and turn it upside down. So we have a really flat edge at the top. So if you can see what I was talking about, sinking, that's 100% completely normal. Don't think that your cake failed or that you done anything wrong. This is 100% what this cake should do. And as I say, lots of people fill that with berries and cream, but I would rather have it upside down and have a flat on the top, so that when the chocolate ganache goes over the top of it, you've got a flat surface for all your raspberries, and the moisture of the cake will sink down and through that as well with, the moisture, the butter from the chocolate and stuff will go down, and it will make this. It is very rich, which is maybe not the best for kids, but brilliant for rattles like chocolate cake. So we are going to put the ganache on the top of this now. Ideally, I wanted to show you how to make the ganache, but really, ideally, that would sit in the fridge for maybe, or even sitting out. It's a bit hot today, but and normal temperatures, you can leave it sitting for about 10-15 minutes just to start to cool down and thicken a wee bit. Uh, but I've got mine's in the cold blast in the fridge, so I'm just going to show you over the top and how do you show people how to put chocolate on top of a cake and put raspberries on it, but that's what it is. And if you're like me and watch Bake Off, how satisfying is it seeing her putting the wee last raspberry on top of the cake? I'm like, I want a slice of it. So I've got a plate that's bigger than the cake, which means you're not wasting any chocolate because it's all going to sit on a big puddle around the bottom, and you can scrape it off when you cut a bit. So I am going to move this wee bit so you can see better. Don't waste any. It doesn't matter how much goes in the plate. It'll not go to waste. So, I bring you closer again. Move this down a wee bit. Can you see how shiny and glossy it is? Oh my God, trust me, it tastes so good. Now, the reason why I'm not having got my raspberries in a bowl or haven't washed them is you should not wash raspberries. They are cleaned. Just make sure that you haven't got any wee stalks on them and just get decorating. And the thing about this is because I've prepared one earlier, I basically going to have 4 cakes on the go this week. So my sister's husband is gluten intolerant, so happy days he's going to be getting one. So the 4 cakes aren't going to be at nice house. So if anybody else wants a bit of the summer strawberry summer Victoria sponge we're making later, give me a shout. You can have some. You can add as many or as little raspberries, or you can add strawberries if you want. Or if you're making a birthday cake for friends, you can ice it, as in write your icing on the top, add sprinkles. I just love the sharpness of raspberries because the chocolate is just so rich. And we have a really lovely cup of coffee. It's amazing. When you get the raspberries on, as many or as little as you want. You need to put it in the fridge for 15-20 minutes. I'll do it. And that will set your ganache. And another wee tip is, because your ganache, if it's kept in the fridge and in this weather, basically you're going to have to keep it in the fridge. It's too hot to keep a cake out. But whenever you want to serve it, leave it sitting for about 10 minutes. And you can either add a big lump of cream or ice cream, or just have it in a somy coffee. But there we go. How many's want the butt? I can't wait to say it's to get a butt. I will be back later with, as I say, our take on a summer Victoria sponge, which has fresh strawberries instead of jam, fresh cream instead of buttercream, and fresh mint. It's beautiful. Just a really lovely light summer cake. perfect again for birthdays or celebrations, and it's cheaper than buying one in the shop. So I will, like my fingers, stop a phone and season a pot. Thank you, bye.